What's up, everybody? Today's video I'm going to talk about a company called sleeklens.com, and they reached out to me to do a honest review of one of their presets for Lightroom. So they gave it to me for free, and I wrote a blog about it on my website, milkywayMike.com, and if you want to read that, it's up there. But I also want to do a video because there's just so much stuff that they give you in their preset package that it was just too much for me to write about, and I figured a video would do it more justice so you could visually see what you're getting with that preset package. Now, the one they gave me is called Through the Woods, which is geared for landscape photographers, but you could apply those presets to pretty much any photo you want. Now, on their website, you can check it out. They have a ton of different presets for Lightroom, for all sorts of photography styles, whether you want to do portraits, landscapes, interior, whatever. And they also do Photoshop brushes and actions and overlays. Just a lot of information there, especially if you're a beginner photographer. You might want to check them out and just get some ideas. They have literature about photography, so pretty cool stuff. I like their website and all the information it contains. Now, they did give it to me for free, which is very nice of them to do this review, but it doesn't mean I'm going to say, hey, go out and buy it, because presets, you could basically create your own, save them, and do it from scratch. But the great thing about buying presets, if you're a beginner and you don't really know how to do that, it's a good starting point. And I think this preset runs for about $40, which isn't breaking the bank. So let's get into it. Here is the Through the Woods presets, and what's also cool about their stuff is they give you a bunch of brushes as well. If I click over here, oops. If you click on the effect, now here's all your Through the Woods brush presets that you can use. So I'll mess around with this in a minute, but you seem to get a decent amount of stuff for your money. Now, the great thing about presets is they speed up your workflow, and they could always be altered. So if something's a little too crazy for you, it's just look at it as a starting point with your picture. Let's say you don't know what direction you want to edit it. You go through your presets and you're like, okay, this one looks really cool with this picture, so I'm going to go in that direction. So let me just run through these presets pretty quick. And I have 3 different images down here just to kind of change things up. Now, the first one's called Calm Sunset. It's pretty cool, very vibrant, a little bit too vibrant for my taste, but like I said, you could always adjust this to your liking. Let's just close this. Now you can see the preset, what it's doing to your image, and if it's too vibrant, we could bring that down. You can make other adjustments here as well. You see they have the saturation bumped up. But like I said, it's just a starting point. The next one is Dawn Rising. Now, this one's a little more subtle and natural. I kind of like this one a little bit better. It's very warm for this particular picture, and that was the feeling I was going for with this picture, is a nice warm image. The sky is a little dull, but the good thing is you could always add a mask in here. Add a gradient in here and bring back some of the blue. Next one is Heavenly Warmth. Okay, so this one's a little more flat and kind of just a very flat image. You see the contrast is low, and just kind of that muted look that a lot of people like. Next we got Love Me Tender. Alright, nothing really spectacular with this one for this image. Not every preset is going to work great for every image, so you kind of have to just play around. Here's a black and white preset in the bunch. This one looks pretty good right off the bat. You know, I like the vignette, and I like the mood that it added to the image. Pastel Caress. Okay, a little poppy, kind of on the green side in the sky. So this is like a high contrast black and white. A little too contrasty for this image. You're kind of destroying some of the image. We got Shine into the Sunset. That should be good for a sunset picture. Yeah, actually, this is really good right here in one click. That's something that I would, you know, this is probably how I would edit the picture if I didn't have a preset. It would be something like this. So I like that one. Shine into the Sunset works pretty good. And let me just show you like a brush action that they also supply. If you want to warm up the sunset or sunrise, they have this one called Golden Haze and Golden Haze 2. So you basically do that, and you could add a little bit more. It's very subtle. You don't want to go crazy. We could hit new, do it again. Let's try Golden 2. There it goes. Sorry, my while I'm filming, it's lagging a little bit. So it's warming it up. It's just my computer is taking a little bit of time trying to do this while filming it. But you can see I kind of overdid it just to kind of show you a little sample of what will be done. Oh. Okay, so let's continue on. The Real Teal. Alright, this is that like faded look that's pretty popular. Looks pretty cool. Alright, so this seems to be a little similar to the Real Teal. It's just a little more violet in the sky. Warm shadows. A little overdone for my taste, but again, might not work for every picture. Wide open spaces is that muted look. Now they have they actually have stackable presets, so you could basically add a couple different presets on top of each other, which is pretty cool. Let's click in here. Basic film, cinematic, this is autumn colors, dance and rain, kind of destroying the sky. So you gotta be careful with certain presets depending on the image. Okay, I'm going to go on to a second image right here. Now this one is in Iceland, and it's a really cool spot. I'm going to butcher the name. It's like Kirkjufell and Kirkjufelfoss. Definitely saying that wrong. I apologize, Iceland, but it's a really cool mountain and waterfall. Now, I exposed for the sky here, and you can see the foreground is very underexposed. So let's find, they have one that's a high dynamic range, and you can see in the top left corner there what it's going to do to my picture. So let's click on that, and right off the bat, that's pretty cool. Very similar to how I would edit. I would increase the shadows, lower the highlights, and same thing with my whites and blacks, although I might bring some of that back and not go as extreme. And I would also bring the vibrancy down a little bit, and you can see the water turn very blue. You don't really want that, so we want to take out some of this aqua and blue in the saturation here. You just gotta be careful because it's gonna remove it from the sky, but we could always add that back in with a gradient like this. Let's reset that. Actually, let's see what they have. They have cloud sky definition. We could play around with that. Alright, that's pretty cool. I have some dust spots I have to clean up, but you just also want to be careful because you can see I'm getting a little bit of a halo around this mountain. So, whoops, when you're doing stuff like this, just be aware of everything else that it might be affecting. That's because they have the clarity maxed out, so we could reduce that a little bit. So you could always adjust these presets, which is a great thing. Bring the highlights up a little bit just to kind of get rid of this halo. And then if we go back over here, we could alter it more. Like I said, these are stackable, so I could add to this HDR. We reduce the reds, reduce yellows, reduce the blue. If you want it to be a more vibrant, they have a color pop. Or we can desaturate. Now this is the last picture I'm going to show you guys. It's in Iceland as well, and this white horse just stood there perfectly still, like he was a model just posing for the camera. It's great. And you can see this is a daytime picture, but it's not too washed out. It came out pretty good, you know, for a raw. This information here is fantastic. I got nice blue sky, pretty green grass, and it needs very subtle adjustments. I would just enhance the vibrancy a little bit and maybe sharpen, maybe mess around with clarity in this mountain range, and that's about it. But let's just go through the presets and see what it does. Calm sunset, you know, it's turning your grass a little yellow, so I'm not sure if I would really use something like that on here. Let's go through these really quick. This is a muted look. This was not too bad. The shine into the sunset, that one seems to be my favorite with a lot of the pictures. Yeah, I like that. I would probably just change the hue of the grass back to green, though, how it originally was. Something like that would be awesome. So within 2 clicks, you know, I had that and then just adjusted the green for the grass, and you're pretty much done. I'll just click on a couple other ones just so you kind of see some more of the effects. The cinematic look. Extra crispy and sharp. Extra punchy. And then these are the ones that you could stack on top. Alright guys, I'm going to wrap this up. So hopefully this video gives a little more insight of exactly what you're getting from sleeklens.com when you do buy a preset package. And you know, would I personally buy this? Most likely not, because I already have I'm set in my ways with my editing style, and if I want to create a preset, I'll just make one from scratch. Now, some people that don't have the time to do that or just don't know how to do that, these presets are a pretty good bargain for 40 bucks, and I do recommend that for like beginners or somebody that's trying to save time. So I definitely recommend them, but for me personally, I just don't see myself, going out and buying presets. Now, their website does have a bunch of other information. I think some of it's for free, so still check them out if you're, even if you're not interested in buying anything, you might learn something cool from that website. So take it easy, and I'm going to put out another video shortly just because I'm going to Nevada next week to do hopefully some night work and shoot some guns and just go have some fun in Vegas. So I'm going to put out another video for you guys. Stay tuned for that. Bye.